Hello everyone. This is class 5 of Kerala PSC HSA English. Today I'm discussing on To a Skylark, a poem by P.B. Shelley. It was completed during late June 1820 and published accompanying his lyrical drama Prometheus Unbound. The poem was inspired by an evening walk in the country near Livorno, Italy, with his wife Mary Shelley. And in the poem, we can see that the poet describes about the appearance and song of a skylark. The poem has 21 stanzas made up of 5 lines each. The first 4 lines are metered in trochaic trimeter, and the fifth in iambic hexameter. It is also known as Alexandrine. And the rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B, B. 5 lines. And total there are 105 lines. It's a lyric poem. So in the poem, we can see that the poet is longing to be a skylark. The skylark stands as a symbol of the joyous spirit of the divine because it has such powerful grace and beauty. So the poet muses that the bird has never experienced the disappointments and disillusionments of human life, just like Keats thinks about the nightingale in Ode to a Nightingale, that the nightingale has never known about the fever and fret of the human world. Now let's go on to the poem. To a skylark. Hail to thee, blithe spirit, bird thou never read, that from heaven or near it pourest thy full heart in profuse strains of unpremeditated art. So the speaker considers the skylark as a spirit, as a heavenly spirit, rather than a bird, because it feels like its song is coming from heaven, far away from the sky. Blith means happy and without any care. And the song of the skylark is very much passionate, full from its heart. Higher still and higher from the earth thou springest, like a cloud of fire. The blue deep thou wingest, and singing still dost soar, and soaring ever singest. So the skylark is flying higher and higher, like a cloud of fire in the blue sky. And at the same time, it is singing. It is flying higher, and at the same time, it is singing too. In the golden lightning of the sunken sun, over which clouds are brightening, thou dost float and run like an unbodied joy whose race is just begun. The rays of sun is compared to a golden lightning. And through that rays or light and over the clouds, the skylark is flying and flying, just like, floating on a river of clouds, like an unbodied joy. As the skylark flies higher and higher, the speaker loses sight of it. It cannot see the poet cannot see the bird, but he is still able to hear its song. The pale purple even melts around thy flight like a star of heaven. So the skylark is like a star of heaven in the broad daylight, though art unseen, but yet I hear thy shrill delight. That song, that bird's song, is still can be heard, even if it cannot be seen on the sky. So the that shrill delight, that song comes down to him as just like the moonbeams, the rays of moon um, comes to the ground, which can be felt even when they are not seen. Keen as are the arrows of that silver sphere. Silver sphere is the moon, whose intense lamp narrows in the white dawn, clear until we hardly see, we feel that it is there. All the earth and air with thy voice is loud, as when night is bare from one lonely cloud. The moon rains out her beams, and heaven is overflowed. Both the air and earth resonates with the skylark's voice, that song, just as the heaven overflows with moonbeams when the moon shines out from behind a lonely cloud. What art, what though art we know not, what is most like thee? From rainbow clouds there flow not drops so bright to see, as from thy presence showers a rain of melody. So the speaker says that no one knows what the skylark is because it is very unique. And even the rainbow clouds, which showers rain with a bright melody, it is not even like the skylark. That means even the clouds will not rain as brightly as a shower of melody that is poured from the skylark. The song from the skylark is just like a rain, and the melody from that song cannot be compared to the melody that we hear from the rain of the rainbow clouds. Like a poet hidden in the light of thought, singing hymns unbidden, till the world is wrought to sympathy with hopes and fears it heeded not. So the bird is compared to an unknown or a hidden poet, not known to people, who has a great world experience, who is able to make world experience the sympathy with hopes and fears. Like a high-born maiden in a palace tower, soothing her love-laden soul in secret hour, with music sweet as love, which overflows her bower. The skylark is compared to a high-born maiden, a very cultured, very polished girl in a palace tower. Hmm? But the girl is lonely. It is like a lonely maiden in a palace tower who uses her song to soothe or calm her lover's soul with her sweet music. Like a glowworm golden in a dell of dew, scattering unbeholden its aerial hue among the flowers and grass which screen it from the view. Again, the skylark is compared to a golden glowworm that scatters light among the flowers and grass in which it is hidden. The flowers and grass screen the sky, the golden glowworm, but from that light we can realize that there is a glowworm underneath the flowers and grass because it scatters light, so pure and so serene light. Like a rose embowered in its own green leaves by warm winds deflowered, till the scent it gives makes faint with too much sweet those heavy winged thieves. The skylark is just like a rose embowered in its own green leaves, whose scent, when blown by the wind, until the bees are fainted with that sweet smell. Sound of vernal showers on the twinkling grass, rain awakened flowers, all that ever was, joyous and clear and fresh, thy music doth surpass. The skylark song surpasses every kind of sounds that brings joy, freshness, and so much clearness to our mind. Even if it is a sound from the showers, from the twinkling grass, or the fresh rain awakened flowers. Teach us, sprite or word, what sweet thoughts are thine. I have never heard praise of love or wine that panted forth a flood of rapture so divine. The speaker calls the skylark sprite or bird and asks to tell him its sweet thoughts. What are your thoughts? And I have never heard it, whether it is of praising of love or wine. For he has never heard anyone or anything call up so divine like the skylark.